Cubs Charities T-shirt for today. It's Misericordia. And the meaning of that is Heart of Mercy. It's a residential complex for children and adults with mild to profound developmental disabilities. Cubs Charity supports the Children's Therapy Program to help this vulnerable population develop mobility and independence. We're enjoying baked goods right here, and I'll enjoy them, post all this, and actually you guys are welcome to have some yourselves. For Misericordia's Hearts and Flower Bakery, which is open to the public on their beautiful campus just north of Wrigley in the Rogers Park neighborhood, which I'm not familiar with yet, but I will as I get my car out and just get lost one day with my GPS taking me back to my pad. But Misericordia, nice going. We're proudly wearing your shirt today, and thank you for the fine baked goods. Appreciate it.
As far as the game, Joe, it seemed like Lester kind of just start by start was building towards something like that.
Yeah, it just keeps getting better. It's going to keep getting better too. Fastball was really good, I thought. The fastball was good. The cutter got better, game in progress. Changeup was there when he wanted, and of course the big old hook was there a couple times too. I thought him and Ross made one trip to the mound on a 2-0 count in the latter part of the game. That was perfectly timed, and that's exactly what you're looking for in that moment from a guy that knows he's still behind the plate, and he did. So wonderful game, and the star would be Addison. And even I'm honestly, when he hit it, I'm asking myself, is that going to hold up? Because it was just one of those days. Their pitcher was through 120 pitches after 6 or close to it. Had really good stuff, and they were stingy. They made really good plays on defense against our base running, give them credit. So it's just one of those days, and you have to win 1-0, 2-1, 3-2 to win championships. And I was really proud of our guys today.
What goes into your mindset about leaving him in or taking him out with 90 pitches?
Yeah, just conversationally, that was one of those moments. I really was ambivalent. Honestly, I was. I'm not going to sit here and tell you exactly what to do. I did. When I sent him up there to hit, kept looking at it, kept analyzing it, and then I thought it might be a better thing to do would be just let him go out there and start the inning, and then they'll throw a pinch hitter up there, which would, at least they can show their hand first, and then Strophe came in the game. So if he was not leading off the inning, it might have turned out to be different. Otherwise, he got his at bat and just missed his hit. The opposite shift worked in their favor. But yeah, as we keep building this up, I think what I'm learning is the conversation is important between me and him, and also with David, because they're really straight up, and we need that. We're trying to make a good decision.
Joe, when you looked at Lester's April, I mean, he went out there had the high ERA when he went to his mound today, but the 24 strikeouts, 5 walks, all the other numbers, did you think the ERA kind of misleading?
That's what I've been focusing on exactly. You look at that, it was a tremendous disconnect between missing bats and the balls that are put in play, and all of a sudden they're scoring runs against them. That's going to kind of even out and then beyond that in a positive way. But honestly, when I look up at the scoreboard, I was looking at the same stuff you're talking about right there. There's a disconnect right there that's going to balance back in our favor.
Joe, some runners thrown out. You guys are aggressive. Is that just the cost of doing business?
Yeah, I loved both of them. Neither runner hesitated. He who hesitates stops. That's the one thing I talked about in base running. If you hesitate at all, don't go. Like when you're trying to go first and third, second, no. He who hesitates stops. Neither one hesitated. I was watching Starlin really well. You got to give them credit. Parra made a great play. That ball was still moving. He barehanded it and threw it without hardly any step at all, and gets a really fast runner. And then Ron moving to his left away from the play does the same thing. Those are absolute indicators to keep going, and you got to give their defense credit.
Joe, 20 games doesn't make a season, obviously, but can you talk about the winning culture feeling that you guys have built up in 1 month?
Yeah, the dugout prior to the game was you saw the start of the game too. We had the chance to get on top and do some good stuff. Didn't, but we were ready to play, and that's what it's about on a daily basis, to be ready to play. And our guys are, and as again, I always reference as a manager, but as a manager, these are the things that, what else could you possibly ask for? Both teams are pro, both teams want to win. Now, how do you go out there and beat this other good baseball team? It's a process-oriented thing, it's an energy-oriented thing, and right now our energy is very good, and the process is really good too.
You like the build-up of a team learning how to win close games from the get-go. You have a lot of that in camp.
Yeah, it is. It's really important. It's important to think or feel that as the game gets deeper and it's close, that you're going to win it somehow. There's also the alternative side where as the game gets deeper and closer, you feel like you're going to lose it somehow. And that's the culture you definitely don't want to create. I've been on teams that you just can feel that and they know that, and then sure enough it's a self-fulfilling prophecy in a negative way, and you don't want that. So right now I think the needle's pointing in the right direction, and again I'm not going to, I can't overstate how important the veterans have been to this whole thing in regards to leading that the charge in the clubhouse and on the bench during the game. These guys have been spectacular.
What was the reaction in the dugout after Russell hit the home run?
Who's going to hit it first, him or Brian? So he hit that ball. When he hit it, you knew it was gone. He hit it that well. I expected them to give him the silent treatment, being that Edison kind of likes the silent treatment. So I was surprised they didn't do that, but I was kind of happy they didn't either. But it was a great moment for him and his family and for us. But really, I thought in my mind at that particular moment, is that going to be enough, or is that going to hold up?
You've given Anson Wednesday off, just kind of, and you said you were going to kind of talk to him to say what people
Yeah.
want. Did you do that?
I did.
Did you see a difference today?
He was much more at ease during batting practice, I thought. Went up to him, and we were actually talking about where we had dinner last night, a more normal conversation, which I really prefer over the, let's talk baseball right now. Let's talk about something really better. I really prefer not talking about things like that. So anyway, I thought his approach to the day was outstanding.
So you guys able to get the ball for him?
I said it the day we got to get that ball. I mean, there's nobody out there, honestly, and it was obvious where it was. I saw some workers or somebody walking. I think they got it. I don't know. We did. We got it. That's pretty cool, also.
Joe, Lester's last thing, you let him lead off and then took him out. Is that a short bench or what?
No, that's not a short bench. I was just talking about, I was ambivalent what I wanted to do right there, and then but there was also the connection there. As a leadoff hitter, let him lead off. If he was hitting second or third with somebody on base, probably would have done something entirely different. As leadoff hitter, then they have to choose. The pitcher is coming up for them, so then they have to choose who their pinch hitter is going to be and declare whether they want to switch hitter Herrera, which is probably what I would have done. But nevertheless, you don't know if they're going to send up Ramirez right there, and you could possibly burn Ramirez on stroke. So you didn't know. I didn't know that. So there's a couple little different dynamics working like that.